Ballyhale go back into an All-Ireland final. They haven't lost a knockout club championship game since October 5th, 2017, 1,561 days ago. That was a county semi-final against James Stephens. That was before even Henry Shefflin took over. So you can just imagine the belief that's in this team. And it was seen yet again today as they beat St. Thomas's by 215 to 20 points in the wind-up here. And TJ Reid, who else? 2-5 he scored, just that 21-yard free that he won at the end. Finton Burke, who played absolutely brilliantly for Thomas's, wrestled him to the ground, and when he dropped that ball down on the ground and wound up, you kind of wondered what's going to happen here. If anyone can find a net, it's him. And this is, in the last 13 minutes of the game, after Patrick Mullen had scored a point to make it 14 points to Ballyhale, 18 points to Thomas's, there was only two more scores for the entirety of the game for Ballyhale. And both of those were placed balls from TJ Reid going into the back of the net. So 2 goals in the final 13 minutes, plus an extra 3 minutes of injury time. And St. Thomas's will be kicking themselves because they had a brilliant first half. I mean, this is a team coming in without their inter-county centre-back. Well, obviously centre-back for the club, not for the county, Shane Cooney. What a massive loss he was. A team that had been battered by 17 points in the All-Ireland final of 2019 on a day when everything more or less went wrong for St. Thomas's. And I suppose the belief wasn't really there that Thomas's were going to win this game. On the show, I said it'd be a 7 or 8 point win for St. Thomas's or for Ballyhale, and I was proven very, very wrong. At the start of the game, Owen Cody could have had a goal that was snuffed out quite well by the Thomas's defence, and Davy Burke, I thought, who sort of played a sweeping role. He was named number 6, but he sort of played a sweeping role. He sat in the pocket. Evan Duggan, he came and man-marked Owen Cody, who was playing centre forward. And this was the first half where St. Thomas's put their stamp on the game. At half-time, they were up by 11 points to 13. Aina Burke was brilliant. He'd scored 4 points from play. And you know what? It was a pretty crucial goal miss that he had. He had a great performance, but missed the goal around 20 minutes. He soloed through the Ballyhale defence in behind the back of the half-back line. Did a 1-2 with Oisin Flannery. Ball came back to him, one-on-one from, must have been 10 yards out, something like that, and put it right at Dean Mason where he could save it. So great save from Mason's point of view, but really that had to go into the back of the net, and that would have made it 1-8 to 7 points. Now, later on in the game, Thomas's had themselves 4 points up going into the final 13 minutes or so. So it's not like that was ultimately absolutely crucial, but they were probably going to need a goal or two to win this game, or try and find a way to keep Ballyhale out. But as St. Ryan found out in the Leinster semi-final, that's very hard to do. And I mean, that's a couple of lives that Ballyhale have used up in this season only. But look, they're finding ways to continue going all the time. Owen Cody with some absolute superstar points in the first half. He got onto puck-out breaks, and either flank, this flank beside me here, threw it over on his left, the far side he threw it over on his right. So he was a star player. Colin Fennelly, he won a penalty after a great run from Derek Corcoran. And I know we mentioned that Shane Cooney was out for St. Thomas's, but also Ronan Corcoran being out with what I believe is a broken hand. That was also big. The fact that they had to overcome that, they had to overcome 2 cornerbacks having to go off injured. So Ballyhale, they find a way once again to go into an All-Ireland final, chase that historic 3 in a row that has never been done. Obviously, there was 1 year where the championship wasn't played, but they still won their county title. So I think it's as legitimate a 3 in a row as you could find. And just heartbreak for St. Thomas's, who did everything but just couldn't quite get across the line.